under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item on the agenda is annual truth and budgeting hearing for 2025-26 school year.
There's been no comment or information submitted, so the hearing is now closed, correct? Yep.
Yeah. Items of interest, recognition, and inquiry. Board of Education members.
I would like to thank the operations department. In both Memorial Day parades, they had employees either riding or marching, so I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you.
I just wanted to say what a spectacular spring sporting season we had. We had a school represent ourselves at the highest level they have in school history. And I don't want to be remiss and miss anybody, so I don't want to just point out teams, but man, was it fun watching. I watched on Facebook mostly, but it was fun to watch the achievements of the athletes.
I'll echo that, as well as wanted to thank everyone's involvement in the strategic planning session, from community members to faculty, staff. Great work session, a lot of things done, so that was awesome.
I'd like to congratulate our retirees who are in the house tonight. You're gonna love it.
I'm jealous.
Suzanne?
Yep. I just want to share some information so that everybody is aware. It's different than the information that was shared before. Information coming from the St. Clair City Council that unfortunately the Cox Road sidewalk project will not be completed before the start of the school year this year. Initially, we had been given information that it would be completed, and now it looks like it will be started in October. So I just wanted to share that information with everyone. Thank you.
Response to community input and questions. I did not receive any directly, so that means the website is up and functioning properly. And I know we've received a lot of questions through there that have been answered. So I actually appreciate everybody's questions and the time that everyone's taken to answer the questions. Next item, special recognition, East China School District retirees.
Good evening, President Restrick, members of the board, and our distinguished guests. Thank you for allowing me to present the 24-25 East China School District retirees, including all those who retired since our last retiree recognition in June of 2024. We are here to recognize and celebrate the significant contributions to the school district that each of our retirees has made over the years. Each of the retirees has done an incredible job in impacting students and the community in unique and special ways. They will all be deeply missed. The 16 retirees who are being honored tonight represent an incredible 399 years of dedicated service to the district, which is an average of 25 years per retiree. For those in attendance this evening, as I call your name, please step forward to accept our thanks in a token of our appreciation for your service, presented by our Board of Education President, Mr. Michael Westrick, and our Superintendent, Suzanne Cybula. Denise Akers, St. Clair Middle School, 28 years of service. Tammy Arcieri, St. Clair Middle School, 26 years of service. Michelle Barker, St. Clair Middle School, 25 years of service. Marlene Brinker, St. Clair Middle School as well, 38 years of amazing service. Marlene, come on up. be recognized.
Thank you.
And if you want to stay up for a picture.
Start the line right up there in front of the.
Diane McNichol, St. Clair High School, 6 years of service. Heather Meredith, St. Clair Middle School, 25 years of service. Deanna Moses, Bell River Elementary, 30 years of service. Cards are slipping behind the table. Mary Jean Rydell, St. Clair Middle School, 32 years of service. Congratulations. Andy Shield, Marine City Middle School, 13 years of service. Marilyn Springer, Pine River Elementary, 12 years of service. Amy Stilson, St. Clair High School, 29 years of service. My clicker's dead. Leslie Stauffer, Marine City High School in the East China Virtual Academy, 24 years of service. Nancy Tyler, St. Clair Middle School, 25 years of service. Kathy Vandermeulen, Gearing Elementary, 32 years of service. Stephanie Visnow, Palms Elementary, 26 years of service. And Michelle Zohr, Bell River Elementary, 28 years of service. I'm going to keep you guys up there for just a couple more minutes until we can get a picture. So, our sincerest gratitude for all you have done on behalf of our students in the East China community. We thank you all for making a difference each and every day. And last but not least, I'm going to make it through this one. In special tribute, we'd like to honor and recognize our beloved Performing Arts Center manager, David Simpson, who passed away earlier this year after a courageous battle with cancer. Dave was not only a dedicated leader and mentor, but also a passionate advocate for the arts in our schools and community. Throughout his 21 years with the district, Dave brought creativity, inspiration, and unwavering commitment to every performance, rehearsal, and event. His impact on our students, staff, and the countless lives he touched will never be forgotten. So for the retirees, I want to thank you all, and if you could just stand there for just a moment, I think Tiffany's going to get your picture, and we...
We'll take a couple minute break, so if anybody wants to leave, they can. The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. The approval of minutes for the regular Board of Education meeting, May 19th, 2025, Strategic Planning Board meeting, June 2nd, 2025, Special Board of Education meeting, June 9th, 2025, Strategic Planning meeting, June 17th, 2025, approval of payment of bills, financial statement, and schedule of investments, MHSAA Annual Participation Resolution, status of probationary teacher achieving tenure status, appointment of teachers, administrator contracts. Annually, the Board of Education authorizes the superintendent to establish employment conditions and contracts for members of the administrative and supervisory staff. This approval is for annual extensions of 2-year agreements for Jessica Burl, Dawn Demick, Lacey Fisher, Angela Gleason, Kurt Kozalka, Craig Headley, David Kennedy, Abigail Coons, Michael Walling, and Terry Wedge Jr. I need a motion.
Support.
All in favor, or are there any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next item, departmental reports.
Good evening. I just want everyone to know we are still hiring for the 25-26 school year. So if anyone is interested in a position, please check our website or call the personnel office and we will set up an interview. Thank you.
Good evening. Just wanted to say we're excited. Today was the first day of summer camp for our elementary students in the STEAM camp over at Bell River Elementary. And then we also started our high school group here at the Innovation Center. Looking forward to a good summer. Thanks.
I have 2 items from the business office. Today began our preliminary audit, so that's an annual review. This week they primarily look at our transactions and the flow of our work and just to make sure that we're following all of our guidelines. And then second, I wanted to point out under the consent agenda, under the payment of bills portion, we did make a payment out of the sinking fund. And it covered the Marine City campus tree removal. It was paid to Precision Care. So I just wanted to point out that we are using our sinking fund dollars, even though we don't have that revenue stream any longer. The balance is being used, but I just wanted to give an example of what a sinking fund allowable cost would be. And, you know, as those funds are depleted, we'll have to pay for these items out of the general fund at this time. So, thank you.
Thanks.
Good evening. There are no updates from the special education department, but have a good summer.
So the operations crew is well underway starting their summer cleaning. We're stripping floors at Bell River. We've got the crews consolidated at some of the other buildings where there's not construction so that they will be available at the end of the year at the sites where construction is currently going on. That's how we kind of organize in order to make sure we can get those done at the end of construction. And we're well underway with clearing out gearing. So that's good. We're making a lot of progress in the first 2 weeks.
Good evening. Congratulations again to our retirees. I think one of my updates for the high school seniors was I remember creating their accounts. I remember creating their accounts when they started here. So That's enough said about that one. Also want to say, the strategic planning process, I believe it was my third one, maybe my fourth one, but like Mr. Treadway said, it really was, in my opinion, the best one I have attended. The person who ran it, and with all the community members, all the teachers, all the staff members here, I just felt like there was a lot accomplished, and I just thought it went really well. Last thing, as Mr. Grzałka said, we are hitting the ground running in technology. We have St. Clair Middle classrooms to empty out. We have St. Clair High School classrooms to empty out for construction. We have gearing to empty out, and we're making great progress. Our whole goal is to stay ahead of Mrs. Bondi, so that Hawk can get in and get their construction done. So things are going well. We have a good plan, but it's going to be a really busy summer.
Thank you. Committee reports.
There are no new committee reports this month.
All right, next item, information and discussion items. Bond 2020 update. Even though it's 2025.
Hi, Lisa Bondi with Hawk. I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on. We have a lot going on. A lot has happened. Craig was great at getting all the technology out of the way for us. We didn't have to wait for him at all. I don't know if you noticed, but we started on the bus loop in front of St. Clair High School. It looks like a disaster, so it's moving along. It's great. That rain didn't help us, but that heat is drying everything up. So we should be starting concrete in the next couple weeks, and the asphalt will follow after that. So fence is down, so it looks a little more not like a construction zone except for the mud. So working on that. We are working mainly in the area which was built in 2000, which is the cafeteria wing. So all that's been demoed, all the floor is gone, all the casework is demoed, and ceiling tiles are out, and we're going to start rebuilding. So it's going good. No issues. We're going to be saw cutting tomorrow for the breakfast. I'm calling it the breakfast servery. Not sure what you guys are calling it, but right there in the middle of the commons. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we got it covered. Painting in the area H is about 75% done. We did start some work in the pool on the ceramic tile patching that we're doing. That should take about a week. And then they are going to move into the bathrooms. So we've got 6 bathrooms that we're renovating. So we're replacing the tile and all the fixtures. So everything has been demoed out of those, and we're going to start building those back up. The switchgear, which I think I told you guys was delivered back in March, April, we are going to be hooking that up in July. We are going to have a little bit of a power outage, shut down for about 2 weeks, but we will have generators to cover the building where we need the power. So that's about it at St. Clair High School. Any questions? Okay, great. St. Clair River Elementary. I don't know if you noticed, you're driven by, but we did do the milling of the asphalt, the loop around the school. So we're working on that right now. Architectural demo is underway. All the flooring is removed. We have to do the scarifying, which is where they grind up all the glue off the floor. And then, so there's a lot of that to do. And that will be starting tomorrow. The new secure entry door was installed. So if you drive by the school, you can actually see the door. We'll be building the walls to that vestibule this week. Ceiling pads are about 90% complete, mainly because we started doing that work second shift in April. So they did as much as they could do, and there are areas that they couldn't do until school was out. So they're working on those areas. We painted the gym and the cafeteria and the serving area, and we're moving on to the classrooms once the grinding is done of the floors. We are saw cutting where the new toilets rooms are going this week. And mechanical work started. We're getting a new AC unit for the cafeteria that was delivered last week. We'll be installing that. And lighting replacement is also about 90% done. So again, we had started that in April, second shift. So any questions about the middle school or elementary school? All right, that's all I got.
Thanks for the update.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks.
All right, next item, elementary classroom libraries. 35J professional development curriculum and supports. Grant purchase.
Good evening. Yeah, that grant is definitely a mouthful. That's the 35J grant for short. So the district is in receipt of 35J grant funding through MDE, And that funding was set up for improving instructional practices, bulking up professional learning, and aligning things to the science of reading. So that was the intent of the grant. It's an early literacy grant, so it's focused primarily on elementary. And so through consultation with Lacey Fisher, our elementary curriculum coordinator, our building administrators, and then we also have an elementary curriculum council of K-5 ECSD members. Through consultation with them, one of the items that we decided to utilize the funding for was improving our classroom libraries and providing rich, diverse texts for students that align with the science of reading. So if you remember, 3+ years ago, I came up here and talked about an open court reading program purchase, a Tier 1 elementary ELA program. This is another phase of aligning our practices, our materials, our professional learning to the science of reading, which is our goal as a district. So Scholastic Education Solutions was the identified provider. And then this item will be on the July Board of Education agenda for action. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Do you have like examples you can share? Of
I can
books?
send you the list if you want. So there's somewhere between 30 and 50 texts per grade, K through 5, and then we also are purchasing them for our resource rooms. So I can get those lists to Suzanne and you guys can take a look at them.
That'd be great. And so
Perfect.
these are going to be in every classroom? K
Yep,
through 5.
so each kindergarten classroom in the district will have the same texts, each first grade, each second grade, third, fourth, fifth, and then the resource rooms will have a combination because they have kids in there that are across different grade levels.
And
Yep.
they'll be using it like daily, or is
So
this-
they're novels, they're things to
Oh,
read.
okay.
So it'll be like their classroom library, so the teachers utilize that differently. One of the other things we did with open court reading is we purchased challenge novels. So for our students that were above grade level and were achieving at a high level, that was an opportunity to provide them some enrichment within the classroom. And so this addresses the needs of everybody in the classroom versus just those enrichment texts. Okay,
Thank you.
you bet.
So are the books identical, or are there 30 different books?
No, they're different texts within each classroom, but the first grade classrooms across the district will have the same
All the
set
same,
of books.
okay.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
You bet.
Next item, landscaping. Snow and ice, what a day to talk about it.
Good evening. So, on June 5th, we took bids for the landscaping, snow and ice removal contract for the school district. Precision Care, who is our current provider, was also low again this time. So, it will be coming to you for board approval at the July, board meeting, and there'll be a bid tab, included in your board packet.
How many bids do we usually get on that sort of thing?
Well, we only got the 2 this time from Kevin's and Precision Care. Sometimes we get 3. There's not a whole lot of landscaping contractors in the area that are big enough or equipped to handle a school district or an account our size, so,
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
yeah, thank you.
Next item, recognition of persons wishing to address the board. I do not have any green cards, so I think we'll move on to action items. The first one is the food service contract. Per administration recommendation, the Board of Education approves 1-year renewal with Chartwells for food service management company for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. A motion is needed.
So moved.
Support.
Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. The next item, General Appropriations Act Resolution for fiscal year 2025-2026. Per administration recommendation, the Board of Education approves the General Appropriations Act Resolution for fiscal year 2025-2026. Motion is needed.
So moved.
Support.
Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. The last one, transfer of debt. Per administration recommendation, the Board of Education authorizes the transfer of approximately $45,000 in remaining debt monies from the 2018 Debt Retirement Fund to the 2020 Debt Retirement Fund. Need a motion, please?
So moved.
Support?
Any comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. And we are adjourned.